Hello? Oh, what the heck? What was that for? Wait. Hold on. Something is not connecting. Hold on. Let me... Why does this happen? Why is this happening? I'm confused. Alright, Jack, give me 1 second. Let me do a quick little a reset here. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much!
Alvey wiggle.
Alright, give me 1 second and then I will properly thank you all. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright. Poof! It's not connecting properly and I don't know why. And it's bothering me. Let me just restart real quick. Hold on, chat, hold on. Scuff. Wait. Okay. Alright, let me put this up. No, not stream over. Don't go home. Don't leave me, chat. Don't leave me. Hold on. Okay, it's booting back up. Okay. Jarvis, reboot. Jarvis, recalibrate. Jarvis, reconnect. Why is it doing that? Why? Did I put it in the wrong thingy? Let me check. No, it should be correct. Yes, it is correct. Huh. Well, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Oh, I see why. Okay. Never mind. I see why. It's been weird. Okay, there we go. Ah! Okay, I fixed it. I did it, chat. I fixed my tech issues myself. I did it. Hello, I am back. I did it, chat. I did it. I fixed my tech issues myself. Yay! Are you proud of me? I did it. And it took me like less than 10 minutes? Even 5 minutes if I wanna, give myself a little bit more credit. Alright. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Sometimes my thingy bugs out, and so I need to like reset, and I don't know why it bugs out. And so I have to do multiple steps. And I'm very forgetful. I have a bad memory, and so I have to go through like a lot to remember. Congrats! Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. But hello, everyone. A good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. No matter what time it may be, I hope that you're having a wonderful Tuesday so far. A wonderful start to your week. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome on in. Have you tried turning it off and on? That's what I just did. I did that and then it didn't work. And I was like, why is it not working? But then I did another thingy and then that fixed it. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. Personal tech issue resolver. Hi, Nimby. Hello, Dave. For those watching on the YouTube side, this is a dual stream. So yes, I do see you on YouTube and on Twitch. Hello. We smart. Wait, is that emote? Is that emote that I don't have? Let me add that. Go to 7TV. We smart. We are smart. We are a smarticle particle. Alright, let me add. Oh, I need to sign in. What the heck? Alright, hold on. Give me 1 second. Alright, and then add to my emotes. Yes. All right, there you go. Now you guys can be smart together in chat. Not to say you guys are already smart. I'm saying like emote-wise, okay? All right, before anyone takes it out of context and they're like, oh my god, Elvira called us not smart. How dare her? Break out the twit longer. Oh. Okay. All right, let me refresh the thingy too. And so it should be there. I did not call you guys stupid. I did not call you guys dumb. Okay? Alright? No. That's exactly what I was trying to clarify. Okay? Right? Okay? No. You guys are smart. You're smarticle particles, okay? That's why we smart is an emote, alright? We smart. We smart together. No twit longer. No. Oh no, Binter, I'm so sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to transfer teabags over to a new username. So, yeah, unless I figure out a way to mess with the bot that I use. Here, I'll write that down. Let me write that down so I can look it up after stream. Because I use Mix It Up for those that are curious. Like, what does Elvira use for her daily teabags? Mix It Up can transfer dailies to new name. Actually, I could just give you the tea bags too. Like, I can manually give you the amount if you remember the amount that you have. Because I can manually give you the tea bag. So, if anything, I can just do that instead to catch you back up. But yeah, if you remember how many tea bags, I will, trust you to tell me the amount, and then I can give that to you. Okay, see, like seeing is exhibit A of what you don't do when I trust you, okay? This is why I have trust issues, all right? This is why I don't ask people for stuff like this. I give you guys a bit of my trust and then it gets stepped on. I'm just like, oh, never again. I have 395 tea bags. Okay. All right. Okay. Where's the receipt? Come in, huh? I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Yes. If you remember your old username, we should be able to add it and then be able to pull it up. Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. It's okay. Tea bags are just there as like, little tidbit if you want to do something, like collecting wise. Oh god, excuse me. And then from there you can just kind of collect for funsies. It's nothing, it doesn't do anything if you have more or less. You're close to 999. You're about off. You're about like 462 off. 462 off. About a little less than half of what you have, right? Or less than what you have right now. Not less than half. Hi, Jerry. It's nice to see you again. I'm glad to hear that you have a free afternoon. And no worries, I forget to. Honestly, that's what happens with me in daily redeems. I forget to redeem them myself. And so, yeah, it's okay. It's alright. Fish Frogs, hello on the YouTube side. Welcome on in. Also, Name, it was my pleasure to bestow this pink diamond upon thy name. Ba-da-da-da. Yay! Can we get some claps in the chat, please, for that brand new VIP? Pachi. Oh, I can search up the name. I got it. Not your Roibus, that is expensive. Copy. Let me see. But thank you so much for saving up all those points. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, if you have like the old username, you can like DM it to me or DM it to the mods, and I can search it up. Like here, I'll search up like the name right now. And right now, if I go to users. Okay. It's loading the data. Whoa, Wes! Whoa. Oh my goodness, now you just going in. Oh! Let's see. So if you just tell me your old username, if you're comfortable with sharing, then I can go ahead and give you the points. But if not, then that's fine too. You don't have to give the old username if you don't want to, type of thing, you know? Impressive! I don't know if that's impressive or if that's just sad, you know? 6,400 resets and still no shiny. But it's okay, you know, I'm persistent. Or stubborn, whatever you prefer. Addison! Thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you, thank you.
Hi, Elf Catch.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Both, I'll accept that. Yes, I am very persistent to the point where I will be stubborn about it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, how y'all doing today? I hope you had a lovely Monday. Since we last chatted on Sunday, for those I saw on Sunday. But yeah, it was like okay Monday. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little depressed with espresso. I don't know why I was like in my feels yesterday. but I did get to catch up with my friend. I got to catch up with, you know, with Tao, you know, my bestie. And so we got to catch up and it was fun. God, every time that I talk to her, I feel like I learned something new that I did not know. And I'm just like, oh my God. Let me just say, she told me about something that she learned about the human body that I didn't know about either. And ever since she told me about it, it's like stuck in my head now and I can't get out of my head. I'm just like, what? The human body can do that? Yeah, it's like stuck in my head now. I'm like I've never heard of the human body doing this from anyone, like whether it be from like media, whether it be from friends, whether it be from like classmates. I've never heard of the human body doing this for anybody. And so when she told me that, I was like, the human body can do that? And she's like, yeah. And I was just like, I don't know if I should be like mortified or if I should be like surprised. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what, but let's just say I learned a new fun fact about the human body yesterday, and I don't think I've heard anyone or anybody, you know, on media talk about it, and I'm just like, what? But yeah, that stays between me and Tao. All right, I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, I was like, what? Let's just say I always learn, you know, new things about Tao and about the human body. You know, fun fact, you know, people say that I'm wholesome and that I'm like, you know, safe for work or that I'm like, you know, innocent. But let me tell you, Tao has told me a lot of things, hence why, you know, I know some stuff and why people, when they like think about it, right, they're like, oh, you know, I feel like I can't say this around Elv, or I can't be this way around Elv, or, you know, she might be uncomfortable about if I talk about this thing. I'm like, no, go ahead. You know, I've had friends my whole life, you know, that have been, you know, spicy and have known, like, you know, many things and have done things, and they told me about it. And so, you know, I have learned about a lot of things from my friends like Tao. Literally last night as we were talking, you know, making some jokes and stuff, and she was like, oh my God, I've tainted you. And I'm just like, oh. She kept saying, she's like, what if I taught you? And I was just like, yeah, she forgot some of the stuff that she taught me too. So it's a fun time. It's a fun time chatting with her because she's very spicy. Tao is like the complete opposite of me. Like if I'm saying so, she's like the epitome of like the opposite end of like, you know, spicy. Even more so than like some of my, you know, friends that are considered spicy or NSFW. She's like the epitome. Like I have yet to meet someone that's more wild than her. She's wild, but in a good way. Like I mean this in like the most, you know, like positive way possible, because, you know, I love her. I love Tao, and she's one of my oldest friends. But yeah, she's wild. She's wild. She's scarred me in more ways than one. Okay, all right, okay. Let's just say she used to get me to watch stuff with her. You know, back in like high school, because we would be in call all the time on Skype. You know, back when Skype was a thing, and she'd be like, "Hey, Elb, you don't watch this with me?" And I was like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I just want to watch it with you to get your reaction." And I'm just like, Okay. And then we watch it, and I'm just like, oh, Kurt! Oh! And then, yeah, I proceed to get scarred. Yeah. Getting scammed on my fish? Huh? Oh, wait, no, what's up? Wait, what? Did it crash? Oh my god, it crashed. I'm so sorry for those that were fishing. I'm booting it back up. I'm booting it back up. I'm booting it back up. Getting scanned into watching the most horrid stuff. It wasn't really like horrid. It was more like it was just shocking. Like, for example, she got me to watch Yaoi with her. And so, for someone, you know, that's not really familiar with stuff like that, you know? Yeah, it was very graphic.
Not now realizing that you're not a pure bun, she met you as, and it's her fault.
It was very,
high pay.
very graphic, okay? When she showed me stuff like Yaoi. And I'm not saying like BL. I'm saying like Yaoi, okay? Alright? Okay? And that's as far as I'll explain it. But yeah, she's a very big fujoshi. And so, yeah, she showed me a lot in high school back in the day. Oh my god. CJ! Thank you so much for the resub at 10 months, by the way. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you so much, CJ. And Addie Sue, thank you for the 10 bits again. And then Admiral, thank you for that resub at 6 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. And then we also have the resub. I believe I missed one more. Let me check. Did I miss another one too? Oh, no. Okay, that should be it then. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for those resubs. I swear, I feel like there was another thing that I missed. Let me double check. Dun, dun, dun. Let me go here. Sometimes the activity feed kind of like bugs out. Okay, alright, go here to my stream manager. There it is! Okay, Jojo, thank you so much for the resub at 6 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you so much, Jojo. Thank you everyone for all those resubs. And Name, congratulations on redeeming first today. I hope you enjoy being first of the day stream. Yay! Pachi pachi pachi. Congratulations on becoming first of today's stream. Alright. Okay, let me go ahead. And then let me go here. And let me see. Not the... Oh my god, I'm dying. Let the birds and the bees talk. Okay, alright. Okie dokie. But yeah, Binter Boogie, yeah, if you have, you know, your old username, let me know. And I can look at the number that you had before and I can give that to you, to the new username. Just let me know. And then I can go ahead and check it myself. You don't have to do anything on your side. But if, look at, once again, no pressure. If you don't want to, you know, don't want to share your old username, that's okay too. That's alright. Don't die. Sorry. I'm a little flummy. I had some food for lunch and so I'm a little flummy.
21 months. Alvabless.
Little JJ! Thank you for the resub at 21 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you so much, little JJ. Can we get some love and some hype in the chat, please, for that resub at 21? Yes, I did have food. I had half of it. I had, what's it called? Pasta? I guess you could call it pasta. It's like Alfredo sauce pasta. And then I put in some extra cheese. And so, dairy, usually, I told you guys before, it's not really that great to eat. if you don't want to have like a flummy voice because it affects your performance for things like recording covers and stuff. And so yeah, I forget, you know, as good as cheese is, it's pretty bad when you're trying to speak and record stuff afterwards. Oh, okay. No worries, Binter. All right, no worries. Oh, oh, I know what emote you're talking about when you're referring to the to the Shadows and Knuckles. Oh, not Shadow, the Sonic and Knuckles one. That's literally just kiss a homie. It's just a kiss a homie emote, right? Unless it's a different one that I'm thinking of. Is it not? Yes. I'll intake my H2O. Oh, not that one. Okay, never mind. Then I don't know what you're talking about. A lot of good. But yes, today, I will not be going into the details of explaining what Tao and I talked about, because today is a sponsored stream. Yippee! Today's a sponsored stream, and we are not starting off with a sponsored segment, but we are going to be hopping into the sponsored stream later today. And today we're going to start off with the shiny hunt. And so I'm really excited. To start off the shiny hunt, since I haven't been doing the hunt in a while. And so we're going to start off with the hunting for shiny Piplup. Maybe today's the day. You know, today is the start of June, or not technically, but you know, it is technically the start of June, a new month. And so every time there's a new month, I'm just like, maybe new month, new luck, right? But yeah, we're gonna start off with some Pokemon, and then later today we're going to check out the brand new Rune Factory. I'm so excited. I love Rune Factory. You guys know me. I love farming sims. I love fantasy. I love RPGs, and I especially love romance. And that's what we have in Rune Factory. That's like a big factor as to why I, you know, became interested in Rune Factory when I was younger. But yes, we're gonna get to check out the new waifus and husbandos later today when I hop into Rune Factory. So yeah, if you guys want to check out the new waifus and husbandos and the brand new Rune Factory, then please feel free to stick around. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love Rune Factory. And apparently they changed up like the system of the way that the classic Rune Factory series usually is. So I'm excited. To talk more about it. But yeah, there's like new weapons. There's 2 new weapons that we didn't have before. There's like a new fighting combat system. There's like a new farming system / like decor system. So we'll go into it, you know, later on today. But yeah, there's lots of different changes that they've done for this Eastern inspired Rune Factory. I don't know if you guys know, but typically Rune Factory sticks with like the Western, you know, designs, like Western inspired designs. But this time is their first time that they're dipping into the Eastern inspired designs of stuff. So I'm excited. And there's also an old character that we saw back in Rune Factory, in Rune Factory 5, that you'll recognize in Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. So I hope you guys look forward to that. But yeah, that'll be more later on today, okay? But first things first, we're gonna start into the Pokemon. Yes. So the way that, as I set this up, the way that Rune Factory is that back when Rune Factory first came out, Rune Factory was known to be like the sister series to Harvest Moon. And if you don't know Harvest Moon is a farming sim. It's like the OG like farming sim, okay? Before Stardew Valley, before, you know, all that jazz. So Harvest Moon is like the OG farming sim. And then Rune Factory came out as like a sister series, aka like a fantasy Harvest Moon. So for Rune Factory, it's still farming sim, but it kind of adds on more to the farming sim with the fantasy aspect. There's like dungeons you can go into, there's combat, you can, you know, hone your different types of weapons that you want to craft. It's really fun. So it gives more if you're someone that's not a fan of just like farming by itself. It's like fantasy farming sim. But if you have more questions, feel free to ask. It's, like I said, one of my favorite series, so you can ask all about it and I got you. But yeah, it definitely is, it does entail more combat compared to like other farming sims where there's like little to no combat, right? The only combat that you usually have in farming sims like Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons is in the cave, right? Like if you go deep down into the cave and you have monsters that you encounter in the cave. But yeah, there's like dungeons and weapons and builds, and you can, you know, hone different attributes and all that jazz, which makes it really fun. I still remember marrying the fish in Rune Factory 3. I married the fox in Rune Factory 4. He's still my favorite husbando to this day from the Rune Factory series. God. I love Leon. Leon, there's yet to be a man in Rune Factory that has beaten Leon in terms of like my favorite husbandos. I don't know, Leon was special. I don't know if you guys ever have had that experience where you have like a fictional character that you married in game in like a series where you haven't like, you know, like they're so good that you're just kind of like yearning for another character that's like that character in a game. But yeah, for me it's Leon. I don't know, Leon was so romantic and so sweet. And his story was like tragic, and I was just like, oh God, I can fix him. I was kidding. But I was just like, oh man, he was really sweet. He was a really sweet character. Okay, alright. Gotta be, the Witch Princess for you. Oh, we love the Witch Princess. Yeah, I feel like the Witch Princess and the Harvest Goddess, you know, are definitely like fan favorites in the farming sims for Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Those special candidates, including today, there are some special candidates that I'll talk about. I turned my switch off. Hi Derpy, didn't you say at 6,500 you're gonna just take what you got and then egg method for the... Did I say that? Did I really? 6,500. Why 6,500? I thought it was 10,000. I said that. I thought it was 10,000. I don't remember 6,500. Yeah, I thought 10,000 was the number where it's like if I got to 10,000, that's like my limit for myself. 10,000 would be like my limit. I remember because 10,000 I think is what I saw for like at the beginning when people were first hunting for a shiny Piplup. Some creators, right? Like they got them at like either the first couple of resets, or if you were like Polypuff, you got them like a little bit later in the thousands. And then I saw someone that got it at 10,000. And so I told myself, I'm like, okay, if I do have a limit, 10,000 is like the limit that I will set for myself. So I remember it being 10,000. Yeah, that's how you guys will know that I'll be here for a while, you know? Zena, thank you so much for the resub at 36 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stays at T-Bun. Thank you for using your Prime on me. Can we get some love and some hype in the chat, please, for that resub from Zena? Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me do this. There we go. Good. And then let me put myself over here. And let me take out my controller. Okay, alright. Yay! I'm locked in. It's time. Oh, I need to bring up my counter too. Hi, Jared. Welcome on in on the YouTube side. How you doing today, Jared? Hello. How you doing? I hope your weekend was well, or your Monday was well. Just roll out of bed from a nap, and I'm so like confused. What day is it? Who am I? Who are we? What decade am I in? Why am I sweating so much? Why am I dehydrated? I know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to waking up from a nap. But that's like a good nap. You know what I mean? A good nap is when you wake up and you're questioning like what decade you're in. You're just like, what the heck? What decade am I in? Also, someone asked me earlier, if the conversation that I had with Tao was spicy. Yeah. Usually the conversations I have with Tao are about things that are spicy in her life. You know? Just us like checking in. And it was so nice though. Just in general, like aside from the spicy talk, it was nice because, you know, I feel like once again, her and I, we've been friends for over a decade. And so we've kind of gone through the, you know, the ups and downs of like being able to keep in contact with each other, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have like know about that, right? But usually with friends, you know, like back in high school or like when you're younger, you're kind of more used to talking to them every day type of thing. But then as you get older, you know, as you both have like busier schedules, it becomes harder to like just be in call, you know, at night and talk. And so I really, really appreciate it when we get to have, you know, calls like last night where we just, you know, kind of like schedule time for each other and be able to sit back, relax, and just like catch up and stuff. And, you know, it was a weekday, so I wasn't able to chat long with her since she had to get back to work. But I really am grateful that, you know, she was able to take some time out of her weekday to talk to me so we can catch up. And then me too. I also feel bad because with me, I'm pretty bad at DMs and replying DMs, especially if I'm busy and I'm doing stuff. So I'm also part of, you know, the factor as to why it can be hard to schedule a time for us to like sit down and like properly chat together. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but if you feel like, you know, you have like a best friend though, or like a really close friend that you haven't caught up with in a while, it's good to like make time for each other, or like set up a little, you know, little date, little friend date to catch up and chat, right? I know, especially for her and I, since you know, since we're long distance friends, it's nice to just be in a phone call, even if we can't see each other in person. I really wish I could just like hop on over to New York, you know, and just like go get a coffee with her, but that's very expensive. It's very expensive to do that. Hey, not the dono wall, excuse me. Not that if it makes y'all feel better, she ignores my DMs too. Hey, like I said, I'm not ignoring it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll see the message and then I forget to respond because I'm doing something else in the middle of it. And then I completely forget to respond, and then I don't realize it until like later on when I go back to message and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to respond. And I feel horrible and I'm really like, no. I'm a horrible friend. Okay, window capture. Oh God, I'm telling you, chat. I still can't believe the thing that I learned about the human body. I'm just like, the human body can do that? What the heck? I'm just like, I can't get it out of my head. Oh. There you go, 6,400. Okay. Okay. You know, your real friends if you're willing to go to New York for them. Oh, I've gone over to New York a lot of times to go visit her over the 10 years or over the decade plus I've been friends. Because, you know, I don't live in New York, obviously, if I go visit her, right? And so she's talked about like coming to visit me instead. I'm like, no, it's boring here. I'd rather go to New York and spend time with her in New York type of thing, you know? And so I've made the trip multiple times to visit her, and it's been fun. It's really fun being able to catch up with her. And she's like, I don't know, she's definitely like one of the friends where it's like, even if you haven't talked in months, the friendship's still the same, you know? And she's changed. I've changed too since we first became friends. But, you know, even though we've changed, you know, we still kind of just see each other as is, right? And so She's also the friend where it's like, if we haven't seen each other in a while, she like runs up to you and gives you like the biggest bear hug. And so I really appreciate her. I'm just like, oh, I love her. I love her so much. I remember though, Twirly, when I first met Twirly gave off the same vibes because she just like aggressively came after us. I was like, oh my god. And I was like, wow, this is great. This is amazing. She's like the extroverted energy that we need to break up the shyness that we have going on here. Going to PvP zone for a friend is a real dedication. PvP zone? What, New York? I don't know. I hear about people talking about like, you know, New York being a very like bustling and hustling area where a lot of people are rude and stuff. But I don't know. I haven't really run into like that many rude people. It's more just like, if you've been to a big city, you know, you're just kind of used to people being on the move. And of course, they're going to be frustrated if you're going to... Like, the only time I've seen people get rude is if you're, like, standing in the middle of a walkway, like a sidewalk. You know what I mean? And that's not even being rude. That's the person being rude because, you know, if it's in a flow of traffic or people are, you know, walking... and you're gonna stop in the middle of the sidewalk to take pictures and get in everyone else's way, that's being rude to the people that are walking, not the other way around. You know what I mean? Whoa, it's really whoa. I mean that in the most positive way possible. Because once again, Trilly really was that friend to kind of like help us, you know, break out of our shy bubbles when she came after us. You know, Jason Momoa style. Hey, I'm walking here. Is that a New York accent? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that before. You think so, Bard? Are you from New York too? Eccentric? I mean, if you're saying eccentric, if you go to any city, there's eccentric people, you know? That's just the thing, right? Statistically wise, the more people that there are, the more likely you're bound to meet people that you consider eccentric, you know? Or people that are, you know, different. That's just because of a exposure thing, you know, based off numbers. The state only... I've only been to the city once. Oh, I see. Famous scene from Midnight Cowboy. Hi, Goten. Yes, it is shiny Piplup time here. Let me go ahead and start booting that up. Oh, there's an update. Oops. I'm updating. Alright. Needs to restart. Why are you running, Maxie? Why are you running, huh? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like out of all the times that I've been to New York, the only times where it's been like super busy is, of course, during like Christmas, right? And then, along with Christmas, would be the summer. Because that's like, you know, main time periods where people go out and travel and stuff. So, yeah, I would say that would be the main periods where people go travel. Yeah. December and, like, you know, the summer months. Because people are off during the summer. Right? So yeah, if you don't want to go there where it's like not as busy, I'd recommend not going there during the holiday seasons or during the summer. Playoff games? For what? Playoff games for what? What was your first ever shiny? My first ever shiny was a Farfetch. It was a Farfetch and Heart Gold and Soul Silver when I was training for the Elite Four in that little patch before you get to the Elite Four. And I ran to a Farfetch. And that was the day that I learned that shiny Farfetch is pink. Super cute, by the way. I really like the pink Farfetch. But I technically, the very first ever shiny that I saw in game in person was from Rovira's game in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like the original Diamond and Pearl. He ran into a shiny Graveler while he was in the cave. So, yeah, I remember that clear as day. I was like, oh my god, it's a shiny Graveler! It's like a weird brown color. So, yeah. That was like the first shiny that we saw. And then the first one that I ran into was the Farfetch. Oh my god, hello! Cicella. Hello, Cess. Welcome on in. If you guys don't know Cess, please check out Cess. Cess is a lovely friend as well as a lovely artiste. Please check her out. Hi. Are you back home? Are you back from the con hustle? Forgotten most of mine, but remember the shiny Mammo slime that you got in Soul Silver. God, Soul Silver was so good. I don't know. I think like out of all the remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were just like peak, you know? Grind time! Are you gonna go to Off-Kai? Are you going to Off-Kai as well? I know a lot of people are going to Off-Kai, and I will not be going to Off-Kai. And I feel the FOMO. But if you go to Off-Kai, I hope you guys have fun. I really want to go to Off-Kai in the future. Oh no, I didn't get in, so you won't. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, grind time. Good luck with the grind, ma'am. God, I really want to go to Off-Kai though. There are so many friendos that I want to meet. I'm really shy, but I feel like, I would love to go to a convention and, meet friends, right? Especially after knowing some friends for a few years. So I really want to go to things like Off-Kai in the future. That'd be fun. Hi, Winpace. Yeah, one day we will see a shiny. You're prepping for AX. When is AX? What is that? I really want to go to Anime Expo in the future too. Yeah, I am shy. I'm very shy. I'm super shy. Like, I might not seem shy on stream, but once again, I always tell people this. I'm not shy once I'm comfortable around someone. And so if I'm very like chatty around someone or chatty around, for example, all of you, it's because I'm comfortable. So yeah, but I'm really shy when I meet people in person. Like, Derpy knows! God, I still think about the first time that I met Nina. God, we were both so awkward. Two shy people is not a good combination. Oh God. No. Okay, so if you guys show up in person, I will be shy because even though I've met people online, like for example, I'm talking about Nina. Nina is like one of my closest friends I've known for years, and I was still shy around her because it's like even though you're super close online, there's still like that disconnect in person for a bit when you first meet that person in person. And so for Nina and I was really shy, and so she was shy, and I was trying to not be shy because I saw that she was shy, right? And then I tried my best to not be shy, but you could tell, like anyone in that room, specifically Derpy and Shen in that room, they could tell that we were being awkward as heck because we were shy, but yeah, I'm super shy. Yes, her name is spelled Nina as in like Nena, like Banina, right? And she's not alien, she's a raccoon, okay? Excuse me, if you're gonna get the lore correct, alright? Make sure to spell it correctly. And if you're gonna say my friends' names, please spell it correctly as well, alright? No. I'm not saying you guys are being awkward. I'm saying that if there was anyone to witness how awkward we were being, it was you and Shen, since you guys were there. You guys were chill, just like the same thing as always when homies meet each other. The minute that homies meet each other, they're just like, I'm cool, I'm chilling, Oh, but to be fair, Shen did get to meet Nina and Derpy before I had gotten there. But yeah, for Shen and for Derpy, they were just like chilling. And then there's Nina and I just like being people shy, standing emoji, just like, hey, hi. But yeah, I'm super shy. But if someone else is like more extroverted and they kind of take the lead and start talking and stuff, then I feel comfortable. Like I feel comfortable if someone else is like the extroverted type to initiate. Like Charlie, Charlie just kind of like rushed in, and so I felt super comfortable with Charlie right away because, she kind of like brought out, or I don't know how to say it, like because she was so assertive with the way that she like ran up towards us to go give us flowers and give us a hug. It was so shocking that it shocked me out of my shy bubble, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it. I guess like physically broke the ice. Yeah, Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, Bard. Yeah, physically broke the ice. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, let me go ahead and do the prediction. Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, if I meet... Okay, not broke her nose. Okay, Gretchy did not break her nose. Gretchy did break her glasses, but not her nose. Oh, Gretchy. I love Gretchy so much. Oh my god. Yeah, she broke her glasses because we were like bobbing and weaving, trying to, you know, surprise Frilly. God, that was so funny. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, not just because you enjoy Gamba, right? But because out of the kindness of your heart, you want to share and remind the streamer of what she has forgotten. Yeah. Oh my god, Says! I think it would be great if you got to meet both Derpy and Nina, right? You haven't met yet. Yeah, I've been able to meet Cess, and I think that, yeah, I think Cess, Derpy, and Nina would get along great in person too. God, why do I have hiccups? Hi, Gretchy. Good luck at work, ma'am. I hope you're doing well. You got this. Girl Boston. But yeah. We talked about going to TwitchCon too. Like, honestly, if we were able to make that a thing this year, I would love to go to TwitchCon. Because, you know, there are some friendos as well over on the West Coast I have yet to meet or hang out with, right? And I have friends over in the West Coast that I've met that I want to hang out with again. You know, like Gretchy. And so I've thought about it, you know, like if we all really wanted to go to TwitchCon, I'd be down. I'd be down to go to TwitchCon. That'd be fun. Oh my god, Cesar applied to TwitchCon. Okay. But yeah, I've been thinking about it, you know? Like we talked about it, I think last year after TwitchCon happened, that we were gonna try to like make TwitchCon a thing this year for, you know, the friendos. So I kind of want to try to go to TwitchCon this year. Maybe. We'll see.
And I'm back from my trip in Cancun.
I guess
Missed
not.
You so much.
I guess it's all in my head. I guess I don't have any friends. Just kidding. Yeah, you best bet I have friends, including you, Cian, and you too, Derby. Alright? You guys think you can do that trick on me? Nice try. Nice try. You're my friend. Because I said... I'm just kidding. I would never ever do that. I'm actually the opposite. If someone... I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like I'm friends with someone, but then I don't want to... You know, I don't want to assume. And so for a while, especially with new friends, I'm kind of like hesitant to just like be like, oh yeah, they're my friend. Because I don't want to put that label in case they don't consider me a friend type of thing, you know? And so I just kind of like, you know, weigh it out. Like, are we friends? I think we're friends. But if they don't think we're friends, then that's okay too. You know? But that's just me overthinking. I'm an overthinker. Hi, Cosmo! I'm doing well. How about you? How you doing today? Same? Yes, Jade. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Some people, it's like they're super friendly. And it's like after the first conversation, they're like, you're my friend. And I'm just like, oh, I am? But then for other people, you know, it's like... It takes a while before they can call someone a friend. Which is understandable. Because I kind of feel the same way. I have trust issues. Right? So, yeah. I know, right? I don't want to ever assume people feel the same way. And so I kind of just like hold back and wait and see. But Jada, thank you so much for the resub at 26 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun for another month. Can we get some love and some hype in chat, please, for that resub at 26 months? I'm so sorry, Jada. I was like just yapping. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to miss that. But thank you so much. Thank you for the 26 months. Can we get love and hype in chat, please, for that resub? Will you hold my hand when I go to the toilet? I mean, yeah, you know, if it gets to the point, for example, like if you're drinking and you need someone to like hold your hand while I go to the toilet, I can be that friend. I don't mind. You know, I'm gonna like close my eyes and I'm like, okay, I'm holding your hand. Okay, you good? Okay, all right, just let me know. Oh, hair! hair. Okay, you said hand, ma'am. You said hand. Okay, all right, okay. I'll hold your hair too. If you want me to hold your hair, you know, I can hold your hair too. That works as well. You know, if you need me to be that friend that takes care of you while you're drinking, I got you. Okay, all right, no problem. You know, there are some people where, you know, I don't know, maybe they get anxious, you know, when they drink and stuff. And so if I'm that close to someone, I don't mind, you know, type of thing. It's like, if you need me to hold your hand, I'll hold your hand. If you need me to hold your hair, I'll hold your hair. Especially with the girlies, I'm just like, I got you. It's all the cheese. All the cheese. Oh my god. I need a friend like Ellie. She goes the distance. Yeah, I'm definitely that friend. Like I've talked about before, right? But yeah, like I've been to parties, you know, although I might not seem like a partier. I did go to some parties during university. And yeah, you know, I drank. I wouldn't really like drink spicy water a lot. But I'll be there. I'll be there, you know, to make sure that the friends are okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was great though. That was so funny. Hold my hand. Hold my hair. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really want to go to TwitchCon. And then too, along with, you know, like being able to meet up with friends at TwitchCon, if I got a chance to meet y'all too, that'd be really fun. You know, I have yet to done like a in-person meetup. And so it would be kind of like a if you know type of thing, you know? Like if you knew I was going and then you kind of run into me and you want to say hi, then I'm cool with it. I don't know if I would necessarily announce it yet though, just because I'm really anxious about meeting a lot of people at once, right? So if there was a chance, or if I met like 5 people at once, I'd be like, whoa, you know, type of thing. So maybe it would be just like a if you know, you know, if you see me, you see me, type of thing. Shiroi Neko Senpai, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. For anyone that is new here, my name is Elvira, and today we are currently starting off with the hunt for a shiny Piplup. Hi, how was your stream, Shiroi? I hope you had fun playing some Apex Legends. Welcome. Also, whenever we get a raid, there's a little something that I do here to welcome the raiders in. Alright. Okay. Ready? Up-a-choo. Welcome to the tea shop, everybody. I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go back into my spot. But yeah, let me know, Sess, if you're gonna go to TwitchCon, and then, you know, we can meet up and stuff. Yeah. Oh, not Turtwig. Okay. Dun. I am back on the shiny hunt. I climbed a few 100 points in rank, so hey, let's go! Hey, let's go on the ranked climb. I'm glad to hear it's a good stream. If you need to head off to wind down after stream, please feel free to do so. Don't let me keep you here. But yeah, we are on the shiny hunt again. Yeah, we're trying to get that shiny Piplup. She won't say hi to you wearing the shirt, pants, or... No! Don't say that! No. Oh my goodness. If you were to wear my merch? Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about how... Yeah, by like October, some of y'all that ordered your merch will have your merch. If you choose to like wear to TwitchCon, I might even see it. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you do wear my shirt, pants, or hoodie, or like any other Elvira merch that you got from Uwu Market, I will definitely, you know, probably say hi, you know? But I don't want to scare anyone though. I don't want to go up to people and just be like, hi, oh my god, you're wearing my merch, I'm Elvira, you know? So most likely, if you come to me, I'll say hi, but I'm not gonna go up to you, you know, because I don't want to bother you. I don't want to be a bother. That's the last thing that I want to be, is a bother, you know? Yeah, I'll just be like looking from a distance. Not even staring at, because, you know, I was taught that staring is rude. And so I'll be like doing some quick glances like, you know, like that. No jump scare. No jump scare. No. Off-Kai. So Off-Kai I did want to go to at some point. But I don't know. Like this year I kind of put it in my mind that I wouldn't be able to go to Off-Kai. And then, you know, the more that people told me that they were prepping for Off-Kai, or the more people that asked me if I was going to Off-Kai, the more I wanted to go to Off-Kai. But yeah, it's a bit too late for that right now. So no Off-Kai this year. But TwitchCon is, you know, in October. And so as of right now, I kind of want to go to TwitchCon. I kind of want to go there, meet some friends, you know, see some friends that I've already met in person too, like Cess if she gets in. So that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Hi, Alex. This is Pearl. I played Pearl originally, and so I'm playing the Pearl remake. It is Pearl. Chat and streamer be peeking at each other from different corners. Oh my god, I could imagine that. Yeah, like if you guys are shy and you're like hesitating to come up to me type of thing, yeah, it's just gonna be like the both of us just like and then I'm gonna hear about it. I bet I'll be like, I can imagine it now, you know, some people that might pop in and they're like, oh my god, Elf, I saw you at TwitchCon, but I was too shy to say hi. And then I'll be like, oh my god, I was too shy to say hi too. Yeah, shiny hunting and shining pearl. Yeah, you got the method down. Yeah. And this has taken years. Yes, like Trilly said, this has taken years. If you really wanted to, you'd be smart and say, OMG, you're a T-Bun. I'm a T-Bun too. I kind of want to go in cosplay though. I kind of have an idea of who I want to cosplay if I go cosplay as somebody. Because I want to be... like, I'll have my name on me, but I also want to cosplay, so I'm kind of like incognito in a sense, you know? So it's like you meet me, but you meet me in cosplay. You'd wave and disappear into the crowd. What the heck, Maxie? You'd just be like, hi, goodbye. Me too. Oh my gosh. Not you, see it, especially you, ma'am. I would hope that you'd come up and chat, all right, ma'am, after all these years. No. So not cosplay like myself. Cosplay as in like cosplay a different character. I have a character in mind that I wanna cosplay as. So not cosplay as like Elvira. No, don't leave. Don't leave. Yeah, maybe we'll talk a bit more to the other friendos to see if they want to come to TwitchCon. Because TwitchCon's in October, you know? Oh, yeah. That's definitely who I'm going to cosplay as. Yes, Gojo. Mm-hmm. How'd you know? How'd you know I'm going to cosplay as Gojo? Making Dino dress up as my security. Make him dress up as, like, Godzilla, you know? And then that'll be your security. That'd be fun, you know? And, you know, it was a good point. Like, for TwitchCon tickets are expensive. But, you know, there were some people that came up to me and told me that, you know, you can just put on Throne as, like, a goal type of thing, you know? And so I was like, that's true. Tickets aren't on sale yet. And so we could start raising funds now for the tickets. Because I think tickets last year were, like, $250. So that's for 3 days. So it's really expensive. But, you know, if we wanted to, we could fund it type of thing. That was what, 6,407? That'd be fun though, like a little unofficial meetup, you know, with the tea shop. Ah, hyperfixation with colors. To be honest, and joking aside, I like to keep the immersion, so maybe we'll never get to meet IRL. No, 100%. I get that too. Like I completely understand that. That's kind of like how I feel when it comes to celebrities. I've never ever felt the desire to want to meet celebrities because for me, you know, I know them as like, you know, their online self. And so I'm okay with like never meeting them in person. Not for like immersion's sake, but just like, you know, I don't feel the desire to want to meet them. And so if that's the case for y'all too, you know, like if you guys never want to meet me in person, I do not take that as like offensive at all. I don't take that as an insult. I completely understand for the immersion's sake. And so, yeah, it's only like a thing. Like, if you want to meet me, you can meet me, but you don't have to meet me, of course. And I do want to do like virtual meetup as well for people that do want to meet virtually. Or like, you know, like whether it be like me at a booth and you meet me in person, or like, you know, like a VR chat meetup someday type of thing. I'm down for that too. So yeah, if you wanted to just keep it, you know, for the immersion, that's fine too. That's why for people too, right? What's it called? For like, for like pictures, you know, people that post pictures online, usually they'll have it like spoilered in case people don't want like the immersion break. You know what I mean? If you're wearing the name badge, then just you know, just pretend. Maybe we'll have like the name badge like flip, you know, so you can't see my name. Put yourself on an iPad and be like 200 feet away. You know, I did have someone suggest that to me, you know, suggest that I find someone to like hold me up. Like, you know, like I would be there in like a Discord call, and then they put me on the iPad, and then, you know, they would like take me around type of thing. You know what I mean? And so that was like interesting. But I don't know who the heck would do that though. I don't want to like put that burden on anyone, by the way. Right? But it's like, yeah, some people like, they'll have someone that has like an iPad, and then they'll have like a friend, you know, they'll have like a friend to kind of be there to monitor and kind of, you know, just like take you around. No, exactly. Usually there's some VTubers that do that, but that's because it's like part of the company that they're with, or it's, you know, once again, like a friend that is like their manager, or a friend that just is down to do it type of thing, you know? So, yeah. Hi, Silva. Welcome on in. She broke my immersion. I've broken your immersion years ago, ma'am. What if you put yourself in one of those robot dog bodies and control the iPad remotely? Oh my god, that'd be kind of fun. Not gonna lie, that'd be real interesting to see how that would turn out. Oh, Sass, you're so sweet. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. No, I don't want a manager. I am my own manager. I'm okay. It's fine. I don't mind doing everything myself for the most part when it comes to like the manager duties. Do something, play. Hello there. Welcome on in. How you doing today? I want to go to TwitchCon. I want to go to TwitchCon this year. Yeah, I am the manager. You want to talk to the manager? I am the manager. Yeah. The last convention I went to, there was a lot of... what do you mean, Derby? You're not going to Off-Kai? What do you mean, chop liver? You're not going to Off-Kai, okay? What are you talking about, huh? Huh? The last convention I went to, there was a lot of those, and when I checked the convention category on Twitch, some had arranged one of their mods / members of chat to walk to the con and stream from their POV. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that last year as well. They're there for emotional support, and I appreciate that. Elvira can manage herself. She's an independent bun. Pay for my ticket and hotel. Honestly, if you'd be down, Derpy, I'd be down to pay for your ticket and your hotel if you want to do that for me. I'd be down. Like, if you were willing to take that time to, like, essentially, like, you know, hold me on the iPad for the entire weekend of the convention, I'd be down. I'd be down. What do you mean Derpy will be too tall? He would be holding me at, like, arm's length. You know what I mean? He's not gonna hold me, like, at his head, like, where his head is at 6'3". Cake, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everyone. For anyone that is new here, my name is Elvira, and today we are currently resetting for a shiny Piplup. We are at 6,408 resets. Hi, Cake. How was your stream? Here, let me do a little curtsy to welcome you all in. Wait. Okay. Hold. Welcome to the tea shop, everybody. I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. you so much, Cake. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you for joining me today. The Cake, how was your stream? What did y'all do today? Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, we're at 6,000. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm alright. Don't worry. Okay, alright. Back to position. Hi, who wants cake? Wait, that raid message is so cute. Me. I want cake. I want some cake. I was just chatting about stuff. That's all today. It needs some company. Oh, cake. I'm glad that, you know, it was like a nice chill chatting day. We love just chatting days. Yes. I am here. You can be here to witness me suffering as I do these resets. But it's always a pleasure to have you here, Cake. And please go check out Cake if y'all haven't as well. Cake is so sweet and a wonderful artiste. Please go check out Cake. But thank you. If you need to head off, you know, to like wind down for a bit after stream, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much again for popping in here. But yes, we will keep you company. You guys want company? You want someone that is like yapping as well? I yap a lot. I yap as I have gaming on the side. It is a lot of resets. The resets I've done so far, it's about like what? It's been like 3-ish years. Cake is going through some woes. Wish her good luck and stuff. I'm melting right now, so I'm gonna leave a lurk while I take a cold shower. Yes! I hope you enjoy your cold shower. And I wish you the best of luck, Cake, with whatever you are doing. You got this. I've seen the amazing work that you've done. I fully believe that you can do what you were trying to do. But melting sucks. Being like so hot to the point where you feel like you can't do stuff is the worst. Like I was talking about it, right? How like for a while, for the first few days when I came back here, the East Coast, it was so hot. I didn't realize it had gotten so hot while I was away. And so for the first like few nights, I was super hot when I was sleeping. Like for me, I'm the type of person where I like to have at least a bit of the blanket on my body. I don't like to not have a blanket on my body. And so it was so hot to the point where I just did not have the blanket on me. You know, because I have my fan on like full blast. You know, it was oscillating and stuff. But it was just so hot. And then I had water next to me. But I just felt so dehydrated. It was that hot. So, yeah. Sweating in my sleep. And I hate the feeling of sweating. Especially in bed. I like to be cool in bed. Hi, Casanova. Welcome on in. Not the weather here 24/7. The sun's already tanning me and I already... Oh, really? No! Gotta make sure to put on that sunscreen. It might not prevent tanning, but it can help, you know, prevent the dangers of UV rays. Ew, not the waking up in a puddle of sweat. That is the worst. Oh my gosh. Oh, sandal lines? What the... Oh my goodness. I haven't seen like tan lines yet. Oh my god, I remember back when I played tennis in high school, long time ago. I had like the worst tan lines I've ever had. And I remember in like senior year, you know, we had prom and I went to prom with the friendos, you know, but my god, it was so bad. It was like, my tan line was so bad. It was like, you could see how dark it had gotten from, you know, playing tennis in the summer. Because for girls' season, what you would do is you would start playing in the summer to prep. And then, you know, the actual girls' season was during the fall season. And so for me, I had like a huge, super definitive tan line. And the way that it worked for a shirt for like the girls' tennis team is that it was kind of like a tank top, right? And so all you see is like this gigantic line going like, you know, between my shoulder and my chest, and then you have like the collar line. And so for me, I had like a strapless dress that I wore for prom that had like a sweetheart cut, right? And my god, my tan line, the amount I put on so much concealer, I put on so much to like cover it up. It did not cover it up, especially for the pictures that were taken. Because in our friend group, we had like a professional like photographer, right? And so yeah, with the quality of the pictures, you can definitely see like the tan line. And I was just like, ugh. Mind you, The prom wasn't until like, you know, summer again, right? Because prom is around like May, June. And so I still have my tan lines, even though it had been that long. But to be fair, you know, I was the manager for the boys tennis team. And so I still, I guess, was getting tanned while I was managing. But yeah, it was a really bad tan. It was so bad. My prom pictures, I'm just like, God. Also, the Kill, thank you for the follow. And Chloe, thank you for the follow as well. I hope you enjoy your stay. And Lily, thank you so much for the stretch. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, I hated it. I hated it so much. And I look back at my prom pictures and I'm just like, God. Because I decided to put my hair up too, right? I did like an updo for my hairstyle for prom. And so it's like, you can see it clear as day, like on my neck, to my collarbones, to my, you know, my shoulders. The tan line was not cute. It was not cute. Aw, thanks, Ian. It was not cute though. I liked my outfit though. I liked my outfit and my hair, but God, the tan lines are not cute. I remember when I used to touch grass and play sports, I used to be tan, but now I look like not the Pillsbury Doughboy. Oh my God, Winter. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a nice temperature. Yeah, 84 degrees. No, not anymore. I don't have tan lines anymore. But back at way back when, like way back in high school, I used to have tan lines from playing tennis. I'm super pale now. I'm like, my mom always tells me, she's like, I look so pale now compared to like in high school. I was like, yeah, I don't really touch the grass anymore. Thankfully, I don't tan. I go straight to the burning. So, oh my God. Yes, please put on sunscreen. For people that go straight to burning, it's even more imperative that you put on sunscreen because the damage that the sun does to your skin is even more intense. So please make sure you put on that sunscreen, ma'am. Even if it's not sunny outside, if it's cloudy, UV rays can still penetrate through the clouds. So you need to make sure you put on sunscreen. It's very important. Hi, Revy. Welcome on in. I just look like milk. At best, my arm and knee freckles come out, so no tan lines for me. Hi, Jackson. I heard if you buy a Switch 2, Nintendo will give you a shiny. Sounds like a scam. But, you know, a friend of mine actually, they came to me and told me that if you buy the Switch 2, the Switch 2 will cut off my reset time by like 40 seconds, I believe. Let me check. Where's the tweet? Yes, $450 saves you 13 seconds shiny hunting a starter, legendary, or mythical in BDSP. So if I were to get the Switch 2, I would save 13 seconds of shiny hunting. Because the reset's a lot faster, I think is what they're trying to say. Yeah, so I could save 13 seconds between resets, you know, if I pay, you know, $450. Which I'm not gonna do. At least not yet, because that's expensive! You know how expensive that is? You know how expensive that is? That's almost 2 TwitchCon tickets right there. $450. I'm okay. I've suffered for 3 years. I don't mind suffering a bit more. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright. I can save up for other stuff. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I'm fine. Quinchada. Ding, 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 ding. Oops, I made this window bigger by accident. Oh heck no! Even if it's cheaper than other consoles, $450 is still $450. That's expensive. If you're a speedrunner, a Switch 2 is a must buy. Thank God I'm not a speedrunner. Hi McNugman, welcome on in. Have you not played the game since you got it? Because yeah. yeah. Going to TwitchCon or getting a shiny? I'd rather get a shiny. I'd rather go to TwitchCon, you know? At this point in my life, you know, it's nice. It's nice to think of like the idea of, you know, being able to meet up with more friends I you know, haven't met, or being able to meet with friends I haven't been able to meet back up with, you know, since we last saw each other. Like Gucci, you know, because I'll be in if I'm gonna be in Cali, might as well try to think about maybe making a trip to go see Gretchy too. And some other friendos too that are in Cali. I think I now have played the Welcome Tour for about 10 or more hours, and I finished it with as much 100% as possible, aside from the games that require Pro Controller, 4K monitor, and a switch to camera. Oh cool, bye, let's go. Are friends more important than shinies? Yes. For me, yes. Shinies are cool, but you know, my friends are cooler. At least not to the point where it's like I'm gonna pay $450 just for a shiny, okay? I'm okay. I'm okay without paying $450 for 13 seconds shaved off to get a shiny. But those are core memories, you know? Like for example, when I got to meet up, you know, with all the friendos in Texas, right? That's a core memory for me right there. You know, even if it was just something goofy like us going to the mall and getting blind boxes, that's a core memory for me, you know? Because how often can you meet up with people that you're friends with around the States, you know, let alone like around the world? And so it's you know, I'm very grateful for moments like those where you get to, you know, spend some time together. Even if you don't really have the chance to really meet up again or ever again type of thing, you know, just being able to meet once, you know, means a lot. That's a core memory that will stick with me even as I'm a grandma. Like, I'll be like, oh yes, I remember when I was meeting up with the girlies in Texas and Gretchen broke her glasses. or, you know, just all the fun stuff, you know, the fun stuff that we did in Texas. Meet people or get a rare thing in a game. Yes. Big decision. Yes. You want to hold my hand too? TwitchCon? I'm just kidding. I know it's very expensive. Especially for friends that are outside of America. It's very expensive. Oh, not mine. Alright. Well, I'm sorry that I even said okay. Alright, well, fine. I guess we don't hold hands then. That's fine. That's okay. She said, ew. How rude. You have to say ew. You could have said not yours without saying ew. Man. It was that Falco. Hey, I'm just saying though, we didn't hold hands. But we did sleep in the same bed together with the girls. We skipped hand holding. We went to feet holding, and we went to sleeping in the same bed together. Okay, maybe not feet holding, but our socks held hands, if that makes sense. The worst thing they can say is no. I know, right? And then you add on ew. But yeah. We didn't hand hold, but our feet handheld each other through the socks. That was cute. That was really cute. I still have the socks that was gifted. It's super cute. Wait, I saw your message earlier, Scylla, about TwitchCon? Yeah, TC. Yeah, TwitchCon is back in San Diego this year. My partner has a conference to go to on the West Coast around the same... Are you saying you might go to TwitchCon, Silva? Okay. Of course I saw the picture. Yes. I don't have the censored version that Twirly has, though. So, I cannot show it. I cannot show the picture. Skipping war crimes. Whoa. There was! TwitchCon in Europe had just happened. That's why people have been talking about TwitchCon recently. It's because TwitchCon Europe just happened, I think 2 weekends ago? Oh no, last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. So, yeah. Or I guess, yeah, technically 2 weekends ago, if you're counting this weekend. I guess my partner's conference is no longer in the West Coast, but I wouldn't mind. Meeting at TwitchCon. Okay, so... Alright, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if we're gonna do it. But yeah, there were so many friends that were at TwitchCon and so many artists I saw that were in TwitchCon, and it looked really fun. It looked super fun. I was just like, dang. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but Feline is Feline went to TwitchCon and met up with a bunch of friendos over there. That was really cool. Yeah, bio. I think they've had TwitchCon Europe for a bit now. Let's see, TwitchCon, or was it this year? This year it was at Rotterdam. It was from May 31st to June 1st. Yeah. That was this year. Yeah. TwitchCon Europe. I think they had TwitchCon Europe last year too. Yeah. But yeah, there are a bunch of European artists that I saw too that went to TwitchCon and Friendos. I was like, dang, it looks so cool. Yeah, they've had TwitchCon in Europe for a very long time. I think there was like a year or something where they skipped it. But yeah, they had it this year. Yeah, last year was Amsterdam. Yes. Or was it Paris? Wait, let me see. TwitchCon 2024. I know they skipped 1 year before. Oh no, it said TwitchCon last year was also in... Was it in Rotterdam? I'm looking. Dun dun dun. Dun. During the pandemic they skipped a year or so. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's why people have the GlitchCon badges, right? Because they made like TwitchCon virtual with the glitch badge. And so yeah, that was the year that they skipped it. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I'm going to TwitchCon, you know. Like I know some friends before they talked about it, they're talking about how, you know, we can just go to TwitchCon, like not go to TwitchCon, but like be in the area and just meet up with friends type of thing. But you know, I do want to go to TwitchCon at least once in my life type of thing. At least once just to check it out, you know? And I saw someone message as well earlier in the chat asking about like, you know, or saying that, or asking like I would still be down to go to TwitchCon even after what happened last year. And I feel like, you know, things happen at big events like these. And, you know, unfortunately it's due to, you know, bad people that decide to do these things. But I don't think it's something that would stop me from wanting to go, if that makes sense. Right? Because, you know, that was just like just people being weird. Oh, so it was more so just like in the VTuber sphere. There were just like some parties where VTubers had gone to, and you know, some people just... it was like a lot of people talked about how someone had put stuff in their drinks type of thing, you know? And so, yeah, that's something that unfortunately is not that rare that you don't hear about when you go. Like, I feel like there are many times where I've heard of TwitchCon or other conventions where people go to parties and then people will put stuff in people's drinks, you know? And so you can't help it, you know? These people are just bad people. And if anything, you know, it just means that going in the future, right, for any parties whatsoever, it's always good to, you know, just like exercise precaution. And so, yeah. And not just like for yourself, but like look out for your friends, look out for each other type of thing, right? And so, yeah, it's not something that hasn't happened before, which is really sad to say, you know? It's really sad to say that doesn't happen, or that's not uncommon for it to happen. But yeah, I would say, you know, don't let that scare you from not going though to, you know, events like this, right? Because you can still have fun, but yeah, just watch out for each other type of thing, right? Because sometimes, you know, bad people are just bad people, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, you know, it's not the person's fault. It's not the people's fault that happened to them, right? That's just the bad people that decide to make those decisions. And so it's good to look out for each other. Yes. But I mainly heard about it from like the VTuber sphere. I don't know if I heard about it from outside the VTuber sphere, but I just know that a lot of VTubers last year talked about how it happened to them at a big VTuber party type of thing. You know, and for me, even if I were to go to like a big VTuber party, for me, I'm very paranoid about stuff like that already. So I probably wouldn't accept like any drinks from anyone at all type of thing for myself. Exactly, right? There's always like bad people lurking and stuff like that, but that's why it's good to, you know, be there for each other type of thing. Help prevent these bad people doing these bad things to other people. If you need a guard dog, I don't drink, so I can stick by to ward off creepy people. No, don't worry yourself. I'm usually like the mom friend that's there to like help keep things, you know. Like I'm the one that I'll drink, but I don't drink a lot. And the only times I drink is if I, you know, get the drink myself directly, or if I'm at a bar, I've gotten the drink directly myself too. And so I'll be the one to like kind of be there to like babysit and stuff. Not a big inflatable hammer. Oh God, Silva. If you bring a big inflatable hammer and we're like all drinking and stuff, we're probably gonna start bonking each other instead with a inflatable hammer at the party. It's gonna go from like being something defensive to us just like bonking each other like, hey, you got hit. But thanks, Silva. I appreciate that. Oh, no. Physically, though. Like, physically bonk each other. You know, if someone's gonna bonk me, you best bet I'll bonk them back, you know? You think I won't fight back? I will fight back. I'm like, bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah. Like I said, I'm you know, it's not my first rodeo if I go to, like, a party or something, right? I have drank at parties. I've drank at bars and stuff. And I'm always very paranoid. Not just for me, but for, you know, people that go with too. I'm just like, I'm watching, you know, like a hawk. If anyone tries to come close to the drinks, I'm just like, get away. So I'll be there. I will be there to protect us, like the mom friend. Even if I'm small, I will still be aggressive if need be, you know? I'll bring out the inner, like, Chihuahua energy. Yeah. If you want me to, like, if need be, if it got to the point where, like, you know, like they weren't backing off, you know, if need be, I might even start like barking to scare them off, you know, because that's the thing. That's a little tip right there. If someone's like, you know, being persistent, you just gotta be weird, and then sometimes it like freaks them out, and then they back off, you know. So if need be, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, exactly. It works, right? It works. Yeah, sometimes they just need to be caught off guard and then they'll like back away. So, yeah. Kind of do be giving off Chihuahua vibes. Heck yeah! If it involves protecting my friends, I will activate full Chihuahua Elvira. Don't touch them. Don't come near us. I'm the drunk friend that wanders off, my fur friend. Oh my God, Maxie! I know exactly what you're talking about because I've had a friend do that too, and I'm like, it stresses me out. I'm just like, please. But at the same time though, like even though I'm like the mom friend, I completely understand that, you know, people are adults too, right? So for the most part, I'm not gonna be there like, you know, keeping tabs on you type of thing, right? Like if you're an adult and I see that they're being safe and that they're chilling, you know, let them do their thing. It's only if, you know, I get worried about specific things, then I'll like step in, you know. But yeah, I'm not gonna be there to like breathe down their neck the entire time, you know, just like you good, you safe, you I'll just be there to help out. Hi Belle, welcome on in. Elvis down to act weird. I already act weird. I don't know what you're talking about. I already act weird. That's why when I meet other people that aren't afraid to, you know, be weird or be cringe, I'm just like, oh heck yeah. We're down to chill like that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. I know. I've been in those situations where, yeah, I've had some like girlfriends or, you know, that are like, safety. You know, if a guy starts talking to them and I'm just like, I got you. I'll step in and be like, oh my God, hey, you remember how we're supposed to go do that thing? Yeah, let's go do that now. I will be there. But if you want to be like a wing woman, I'd be down for that too, you know? There are some times where I've tried to like be a wingman for some people, you know, like, yeah, I can help out. God. There's sometimes where I think about it though, where I'm just like, I was a wingman for some friends of mine, but I'm just like, God, even though like you can only do so much. You know what I mean? Like you can only do so much as a wing person. Like you can help them out and set things up for them, but if they themselves do not decide to take charge or like, you know, take initiative and talk, you know, nothing's gonna happen. And then two, you know, sometimes chemistry is just not there type of thing. And so, you know, can't help it if there's no chemistry, right? Like I tell you guys, or I've told you this story before, right? But like there is this one guy friend of mine that I used to be like a wingman for. And so I'd always, you know, give him multiple situations, you know, with the girls I was interested in because I was like a mutual friend, right? But every time, let me tell you how frustrated I got. Every time I set up a situation where they could talk to each other, you know what he would do? He would say, "Hi, how are you?" And then he would leave. He would leave after the person answered because they would be like, "Oh, good." And he's like, "That's good." And he would leave. I'm just like, oh my God. I can't help. I can't talk for you. I can't. The amount of times I got so frustrated with that guy friend of mine. Yeah, he said, "Hi, how are you?" And then he wouldn't carry on the conversation. God. Oh no, I stopped. I stopped after a certain point, you know? After like, what? I think like 5 or 10 times I tried to help him out. And he did the same exact thing every time. I gave him like a heart to heart. I was like, hey, you know, friend to friend, okay? I've helped you so many times to give you an opening to like talk and stuff. And you have only said, "Hi, how are you?" every single time. And so at this point, I can't help you. What do you want me to do? Talk to them for you? You want me to help you ask them out? And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, no. I was like, yeah, no. I'm not doing that anymore. You're on your own. Goodbye. Oh my God. I do not have the patience to help someone who isn't putting in the effort. I have patience. You know, I understood that he was shy, so I gave him multiple chances, you know, just in case, just maybe, you know, maybe this time will be different, but no. And to this day, I don't know. I don't know if he's able to, you know, kind of like shoot his own shot. You know what I mean? God. I mean, to be fair, this friend, it's not like they hadn't dated anyone before. Like they've already dated people before in the past, which is why I was just like, what happened? You've asked other people, what happened? And so, you know, they've dated before. And they're not really that shy. Like, they're very extroverted, which is really wild to me. You know, like, they are willing to talk to everyone and anyone. But then when it came to girls, right, he just wouldn't say more than, "Hi, how are you?" God. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he wanted the girl to take initiative, you know, the conversation. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I told him, I was like, I can only help you so much. Especially because it got to the point, you know, where we were graduating from high school. And so I was like, dude, we're going to a different school. I can't be there anymore to help you out. And he's like, why not? I was just like, come on. You're what? You're like 18 now at this point in our lives, right? Like back then, right? Back in high school, I was just like, you're 18 now, man. You gotta shoot your shot. Oh God. But yeah, that was like way back when. That was like way back when. So hopefully, you know, after all these years, maybe, just maybe, he's learned to shoot his shot by now, type of thing, you know? I really hope so. I really hope so. God. The ex wanted him to say more than I. Oh my God, Bio, that's cruel. That's cruel. I mean, even if he wanted the other person to take initiative, he was the one approaching them, so it kind of feels like he should be the one to say hi. Compliment the person or something. I know, right? That's why I said too. But no, he was just... I don't know what he wanted. Yeah. I'd shoot my shot if I knew how to aim. Sometimes, you know, like, people ask for dating advice, right? And I was really thinking about it. Like, last night, I was just, like, thinking about it. Like, what advice would I give to people, you know, that want dating advice? And I would say, probably shoot your shot. Because I feel like, you know, there's so much advice I can give. But there are so many if not more than none, or how do I say that? More than less times I've heard where people, you know, just didn't shoot their shot. Whether it was like taking the initiative to talk to someone, whether it was confessing their feelings just to see if there was something there, you know. And there's so many times where I've heard of like the other side where it's like, oh, you know, if they had known, you know, or they had feelings too for them, but they just didn't know. And so sometimes, you know, life is too short to not shoot your shot. So if you guys, you know, can take any advice from me today as like a general advice from Wingwoman Elvira, I would say shoot your shot, okay? Maybe not like confess your feelings to someone like the first date, you know, because that's a little too quick. But if you're feeling someone and you guys are getting along and you feel like, you know, you want to take your chances, why not? Just take your chances. As opposed to like the opposite. Usually it's like the situation where it's like someone has feelings for someone, but they don't want to risk, you know, breaking the bond that they have. And so they just kind of like let their feelings kind of die out type of thing. I would say it's, you know, worth it. And I can back it up too, okay? Because I was someone that also did shoot my shot, okay? And it didn't work out and we still remain friends. So it is scary, but I think it's better to shoot your shot than to not and think about it for the rest of your life. Thinking like, what if, you know? So yeah, it's good. It's good to like take a chance. Sarah-chan, thank you for the follow. I would not be giving this advice if I myself had not taken my own advice. All right? I can back it up. I'm not, you know, I'm not giving this advice as someone that's not tried before. Take the marriage certificate to the second day. Oh, okay, maybe not that bio. Maybe that's a little too much. That's a little scary, you know? That's a little scary. Bum bum. A simple hi is never enough, but like if you say hi, I'm blank, and it leads to open up the conversation for the other person to be hi. Exactly, right? And it's like, you know, it doesn't have to be romantic. There's been many occasions where people have to just come up to me and they'll just be like, hi, you know, and I'm just like, hi, and it doesn't really lead anywhere. It's just like a conversation, you know? Like on the plane, people will just be like hi to each other and talk and then never like ask for each other's name, let alone like social media. They're just there to like chit chat. So, you know, the worst thing that could happen is that you just have a conversation and then nothing happens, right? So it's always worth it to try. No, Prez, no. Bio's not onto something. Yeah. I never get seated next to someone who converses with me, and I tend to be too shy to say anything. Oh yeah. I've never spoken to someone first on a flight. It's only been someone speaks to me first, you know? So the times where people have spoken to me and started chatting, you know, I just kind of respond and we'll have a conversation and stuff, right? And then that's it. The most I've had interaction with in terms of like someone on the flight was that one person I talked about on stream before, where it's like, you know, they just talked about, because I was watching JJK on the plane and they were like, oh my god, is that, what anime is that? And I was like, oh, it's JJK. And then, you know, we did stuff like play Mario Kart. But that's like the most interaction I've gotten, you know, I feel like from talking to someone on a flight, right? So you can just think about it like that. Just like have a conversation with someone. If people on the plane are not shy to say hi, then, you know, don't be afraid to say hi to someone that you might be interested in person. You can make friends with them too, you know? Like if it doesn't work out romantically, it can be a new friend, if anything, right? My ex wanted to start a family on the first date. Your ex wanted to start a... What? Were they like talking about kids and stuff? Like kids with you and them on the first date? Oh my goodness, that is... Yeah, that's kind of fast. Yeah. So the situation was, so the guy, you know, he saw the anime and he was like, oh my god. He's like, what anime is that? The anime ending looks really cool. And I was like, oh, this is Jujutsu Kaisen. And then we talked about JJK, and then it led us into talking about anime. And then he talked about I don't know. We just started talking about like family and stuff, and like watching anime with family and playing games with family. And then he was like, "Oh my gosh, maybe there's something that we can do, on the flight together." And I was like, "I have Mario Kart, if you want a game." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And then we started talking about Mario Kart and how he used to play Mario Kart with his sister a lot. And I was like, "Oh, same with me. I used to play Mario Kart with my brother a lot." And so yeah, we played Mario Kart, and that was pretty much it. Just, chill. Hi, Guino. I'm doing well. How about you? How you doing today? Welcome. The most interaction is like if there's an empty seat or something with the flight attendants, but that's about it. Ah, I see. I guess I've ran into extroverts on the plane. Oh god, there's so many occasions I've talked about in my life where it's just like I'm just sitting somewhere and then a random stranger comes up to me and then they're just like, they just sit down. Like I told you about how in university, right, I'd be in the library doing my homework and then people would come down to sit next to me and they're like, "Hi, how's it going?" And I'm just like, "Me?" And they're like, "Yeah, you." And I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm just doing my homework." And then they'll just chat for like a while and then they'll leave. So yeah, I've had that happen quite a number of times in university, on the plane, right? I'm just like, "Hello?" I'm just like, oh god, do the extroverts like, can they like sniff me out? They're like, she's the introvert that doesn't want to talk to anyone, so I'm gonna talk to her. And I'm just like, oh god, okay, all right, sure, I can chat, yeah. When's the best time to kiss on the first date? So I would say for kissing, not everyone kisses on the first date. I would say it's definitely more of like a you feel it out type of thing, like you kind of feel out the chemistry. Like from what I've heard from Tao, sometimes she's kissed on the first date and sometimes she's not kissed on the first date. And for her, it seems like they'll kiss on the first date if they had like a really nice first date, But of course, if you lean in for a kiss and the person backs away, then that's when you don't kiss on the first date type of thing. So I wouldn't say, but I would say if you're trying to kiss on the first date, what I've heard is that usually it's like when people drop them off, at home or like at the station. If they're going to a station, to send them off, they'll do like a little kiss. So that's probably like the best timing wise, I would say, if you're trying to kiss on a first date type of thing, Not immediately when you first meet, okay? All right. How far do you need to put the Bio, stop! Hey. That's kind of wild, okay? That's kind of wild. That's a little much. Especially for the first date. Oh my god. She was talking about kids in general, but said her dream was to have Asian yeah, that person has more problems than just wanting to talk about having children right away. That's weird. That's weird. Don't be weird like that. That's weird. What the heck? What incarnation? Right? Weird. Very weird. I remember too, there was like another situation where I've like met a guy on like a train ride home before back in like university. And he would tell me, he was like, my dream is to have an Asian girlfriend. And I was just like, cool. That's weird though. I was just like, okay, all right. Why are you telling me this? Why? Oh god, yeah. That's yeah. Those are red flags. Those are 100% red flags right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a huge red flag, I feel like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm sad to say that it's been more cases than less where I've had a random guy come up to me and they'll like, say something like that, or they'll just like straight up say weird things, and I'm just like, okay, all right, well, time to go back home. Time to go home. I'm done socializing. I'm done. Hi Melda, welcome on in. How you doing today? I feel like if that happens, anytime that happens, if it were me, I just dry heave. Anytime they see something creepy like that. Anytime that's happened to me, or I've had like any kind of creepy encounter, I'm kind of like, a lot of times it was on the train, and so I'm kind of like stuck there with that person until they get off type of thing. And so I'm just there like, get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out. I'm like, get me out. But if it's like for example, if Tao was with me, right, then Tao is very aggressive. She's very assertive and very loud, and so she's not afraid to like, you know, talk back and be like, you know, like that, where she's like, back away, creep. But for me, I just kind of freeze up, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I just start reaching for my pepper spray, you know? And if anything, if they try anything, then I'll spray them with pepper spray. But that's like the most I do. I just kind of like reach for my pepper spray. It's like, okay, I'm ready. In case they try anything. I read some of the Ask Reddit posts about tons of different topics, and there were some among the what has the weirdest thing that happened to you on the first date be? I know exactly what you're talking about, Bio. I've heard of some, like, even just from Tao, I've heard of some wild things that happen on a first date, you know? Oh my goodness. But yeah, usually it's easier. Usually it's easier to, like, get away from a situation if you're with friends. Like, I remember when I was at a bar before. I mean, okay, this situation wasn't really that weird. It was just, like, uncomfortable. But I remember I was like at a bar before and, you know, just like dancing and stuff with some friends. Like some friends were, some girlies were teaching me how to salsa. And then this guy came up to me and he like held his hand out, you know, for a dance, like to ask for a dance. But I was not comfortable with that. And so I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then, you know, the girlies kind of like pulled me away. And so that was easy peasy. But yeah, just like that, you know, it's nice to have like the friendos to help out. All right, Chow, yeah, 3 more resets. I don't want those bad date gossips. Oh, trust me. We were catching up last night about her dates. And so maybe we'll have like a part 2 soon, TM, where you get to hear some more gossip from Tao. Bell pepper? I mean, yeah, for bell pepper, if you have good aim, you know, bell pepper works too. But I would say pepper spray is a little bit better to spray with and defend with. Oh, thank you, Melda. Thank you so much for the 40 stream streak. I hope so, too. I hope so as well. She did. She talked about it. She talked about the creepy drama stuff that happened, I think, like, last time a little bit. The highlight is up on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. There's some stuff that she's talked about, her own stories, and then she's talked about... she reacted to some of the stories that chat mentioned. So, yeah, the highlight's on YouTube if you guys want to check out the... highlight of like a summary, like a TLDR of what happened when Tao was here with me. Yeah. You guys can always go back and revisit. And then as always, if you like the video, like if you like what we talked about, please don't forget to like, you know, like and comment so I know that you guys want more of that in the future. And it really helps me out too. Really helps out to push to the, you know, algorithm. Hi Meow, good morning. Hello. Squirt hot sauce. Okay, yeah, if you have hot sauce and you have aim, then maybe hot sauce is good. But usually a pepper spray is better to have. Been in my first relationship for years. I live vicariously through other people's bad date stories. I can say one. There was like one date that I went on. It was like, I don't know. It was like a date. And this person asked me out on a date. But then the date ended up being like a group activity with his friends. And so there was never like alone time as like a date. So it wasn't really a date in my opinion. It was just like a group activity. So I was like, okay, cool, great, amazing. It crashed again. What crashed? Oh, crash. The fishing? Oh no, the fishing's still up for me. But yeah, I some wild stories, you know, for y'all in terms of like dating and stuff and whatnot, but maybe we'll see that for like another day. But yeah, that I don't understand what the purpose of that was, you know, getting asked out on a date, but then the date turned into like a hangout with the homies. I was just like, what was the point? I was like, what? Okay, cool. Hi T-Rex, welcome on in. Hello. Oh yeah. It's because they're talking about like creepy people and then dates and all that jazz. And so yeah, we're talking about the highlight, the newest highlight that was uploaded. My first date with my ex, I had to pay $300 with my credit card for makeup and skincare that she never. You paid $300 for makeup and skincare on the first date? Oh my God, Perez. That's wild. That's... Did they ask you to pay for it? Or was it like you offered them type of thing, right? Yeah, the newest one. Yeah, the one with Tao. Yes. It's one thing to go on a date and pay for dinner or movie or something, but paying for stuff they're buying for themselves is wild. I mean, the thing is, right, like some people, you know, they just want to offer, right, out of the kindness of their heart, and then they kind of escalate, you know? They kind of escalate. Yeah. The Valentine's Day one is the one that I just uploaded. Yeah, that's the latest one that I uploaded. I didn't download the one that you sent most recently because I was afraid with the hacking and stuff. I didn't know if the hackerman did something to the file, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait to download this. But yeah, I was just like, oh. By the way, just a heads up, okay, chat. My editor right there, T-Rex, his old Discord actually got hacked. So just a heads up, if you guys see any DMs from T-Rex, okay, be wary. All right. He didn't? Okay. Maybe just to be safe, though, if you could send me a different link through email, I think I would feel better, because you never know. You never know, right? You never know the extent the hackers might go to. Yeah, be careful, chat. Be careful on Discord, right? You never know. But if someone's asking you to download something, right, be safe, because there are a lot of people that are very scammy nowadays, and they'll do things that are very predatory to try to hack into people's accounts. Alright, last reset, and then we'll do a small break and we'll head into Rune Factory. Alright, last one, chat. Y'all think we're gonna get a shiny Piplup? Yay or nay? Yeah, maybe one day I'll have a full-on conversation about... What's it called? About about stuff that has been wild that I've experienced. Dun, dun. But the whole point of it all, before we got into this whole tangent, is that if you want to shoot your shot, do it. Don't be shy. Shoot your shot, you know? Especially if the alternative is that you're going to choose to just let things fizzle out, right? Don't be shy and shoot your shot, you know? Okay, Derpy. All right. Okay. I didn't mean like that. All right, Derpy. I meant people that you know, are not trying to shoot their shot at other people's boyfriends. Bio! Stop! All right. Okay. I can't stop it. I've tried stopping it before, but when the boyfriends want to kiss homies, they kiss homies, and so it's not really much I can do when it's boyfriends amongst boyfriends. Star Pride, thank you for the follow. Welcome. What the heck, Derpy? Oh my god. Okay, last reset for today, okay? Alright, everyone? Last one. Will it be a shiny? Will the doubters get their points? Or will the believers get their points? This is the one! Yeah, Maya! This is the one! Right here! Right now! Today is not the day. But thank you for believing Maya. If you guys don't know Maya, please check her out, by the way. She is a wonderful friend, an artiste as well. She is on that grind for Offkai. So please go send her some love and support if you guys are going to Offkai. All right. Go support her. She's so sweet. Amazing. No. I cannot do one more. If I didn't have the sponsor stream today, I would do one more. But we do have a sponsor stream. And so I do want to go ahead and take a quick bathroom break, water break, all that jazz. And then we'll come back and we'll hop into the game that I've been waiting for so long. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. But yes, if you guys are here just for the Shiny Piplup raids, Shiny Piplup resets, then no worries. But if you're gonna be down to check out the new Rune Factory game with me, where you have farming sim mixed in with some fantasy and some new battle systems and all that jazz, please feel free to stick around. I'll talk more about it. Yes, it is the first Rune Factory that is more Eastern influenced. Like, it has more Eastern details and designs compared to the traditional Rune Factory that's more Western design. So I'll be back here in a few minutes, but first things first, we'll say goodbye to YouTube, since I am going to be ending the Piplup reset stream on YouTube and swapping over to the Rune Factory one. Okay? But bye YouTube! But once again, that is it for me for today if you're here just for Piplup resets. But I'll be back here in a few minutes with Rune Factory, which is, like I said, one of my all-time favorite series. I've been waiting for this ever since they released it in a direct like 2 years ago. And so I am ready. I'm very ready and excited to show you all another lovely Rune Factory game. Okay? But bye YouTube! I'll see you guys here in a bit. And as always, if you're watching on YouTube, whether it be the live stream or the VOD, please feel free to comment down below if you yourself are shiny hunting, or, you know, the highest number that you've reset shinies for, or if you're looking forward to the new